strikes and still get out in the lead. And Mika Häkkinen there, with Eddie Irvine having stopped and refueled, is still only a couple of seconds ahead of the third-place Ferrari. And Mika Häkkinen has yet to make a stop, and Eddie Irvine has made one.
Welcome back. Well, as you can see, they're waiting for Schumacher to come into the pit. So really, with such a lead at the moment, he could do that and have a complete service. No trouble about that at all. 41 laps. Schumacher, Häkkinen, Irvine, 1, 2 and 3. Just a reminder, the big sports keep coming tonight. The 1999 Cricket World Cup. Australia takes on Scotland. Worcester is the ground. It's Australia's first game. Should win it comfortably, but it should be quite good. Here's Schumacher into the pits. Back to Murray.
Made. Ferrari don't need to rush this one, however. I've got the upper hand here this afternoon. It all looks very smooth to me. The fuel goes in. That'll take him to the end of the race. And, well, what can stop him, Murray?
I wouldn't think very much if the car stays as reliable as it has done. Michael Schumacher, already a 3-times winner at Monaco, goes out of the pit lane very cautiously indeed. Mika Häkkinen was 47 seconds behind him. But
yellow flag's waving there, so I don't know if somebody else has gone up the escape road, but 9.9 seconds of fuel taken on board. Yes, that's a Prost disappearing up there. Don't know if he's locked a brake or he's got an engine problem, bit of smoke trailing out of the back. But 9.9 seconds worth of fuel. They are just over half distance. I don't expect to see Michael back in the pits again now until after this race is finished. But we are literally just over half distance, so lots can happen yet. But look, Irvine just chasing down that McLaren. So much more confidence in the braking area to carry the speed into the corner, knowing he won't understeer. The front won't slide into the barrier. The Ferrari looking good.
And David Coulthard, of course, if you missed it, has retired. And so there's just one McLaren left in the race again. This is the 4th race in succession. The McLarens have only had one car, and it's still yet to go a long way. 78-lap race. Irvine pushing tremendously hard. His car wags its front as he comes out of the portier. And now Irvine is making his challenge for second place. He'll get that for sure, as I said earlier, when Mika Häkkinen comes in to make his pit stop. But Schumacher has stopped, Eddie Irvine has stopped, Coulthard is out of the race, Mika Häkkinen has got a red McLaren right up behind him, and now you saw the Ferrari mechanics in the pit lane there as the second and third men go through the swimming pool area.
Well, we think Irvine's on a 2-stopper, so they may choose to pull him in. It may seem very early. There's the Ferrari mechanics coming out. I wonder if they're thinking of pulling Irvine in to give him some track position again. They've both now got to stop once, so it's even Stevens, although Häkkinen's got to stop for longer because he needs to take on board a little bit more fuel. Yeah. But that'll be an interesting strategy. Quite brave there from Ferrari. They're definitely getting the bull by the horns. Or the prancing horse by the horns, I should say. What am I talking about?
Olivier Panis out of the race, the Monaco Grand Prix winner of 1996. And you heard Jim Rosenthal say before the race began that the truly greats win at Monaco. Ayrton Senna won 6 times, and Michael Schumacher has won 3 times. Alain Prost won 4 times, and there is Fisichella in from 6th position in the Benetton, and he should get out before Jarno Trulli in the sole remaining Prost. 13 out of the 22 starters are still left in the Monaco Grand Prix with 35 laps to go, as Alexander Wurz in the other Benetton, who was in 8th position and is now therefore in 7th place, takes his teammate Fisichella, and Irvine still tucked up behind Häkkinen.
Apparently, James had found out down in the pits that Michael radioed in suspecting a problem with his new tyres, and then decided they were okay after all. That's why we saw the Ferrari tyres out of the pit lane, Irvine giving it plenty into the pit straight, but that's why we saw the Ferrari mechanics come out. They've now retreated and taken the tyres away. Michael says it's okay.
Never ceases to amaze me, Martin, that a car can handle beautifully on one set of tyres. They come in and take on another set, and then it's all gone to pot.
Yeah, it's surprising what a difference it makes. I wonder if Irvine actually just clipped the barrier on the inside there on the way.
I think he just stayed clear, actually.
That corner. But yes, it's surprising. In theory, they shouldn't. I mean, it's you know, highly complex, the compounding and the construction of the tyres. It's very scientific, and it's surprising that they do vary. But at the end of the day, it is a chemical reaction between the rubber and the racetrack, and you do get variations. And of course, they're not always exactly the same circumference either, and you can get the car handling slightly different. There's David Coulthard, and to quote Murray Walker, if he didn't have bad luck, he'd have no luck at all.
Absolutely. There's Mika Häkkinen, just one McLaren left in the race. Into the pits comes Alex Wurz now. He goes back again, and that, as Martin has pointed out many times in the past, that black smoke is actually brake dust from the carbon discs as they take the wheels off. Wurz goes out. We're on lap 46 now at Monaco. Michael Schumacher, who has made his pit stop, is nevertheless 23 seconds ahead of Mika Häkkinen, who has not stopped. Eddie Irvine is right behind the McLaren. There he is, and he has stopped. Rubens Barrichello is 49 seconds behind Schumacher, 25 seconds behind Eddie Irvine in the background there in 4th place. Frentzen is 5th, Jarno Trulli in 6th position. Fisichella is in 7th place, but Wurz has slipped to 9th because Jean Alesi, who has yet to stop, has gone up into 8th place. Pedro Diniz is 10th, Zanardi is 11th, Ralf Schumacher is 12th, Panis is just retired, so there are 12 of 22 starters left, and Michael Schumacher has lapped everybody up to Giancarlo Fisichella in the Benetton, who is 7th. Weather remains, as you can see, absolutely perfect.
Well, Eddie Irvine, the only British driver left in this race. Just remind you, Damon Hill, somewhat over-ambitious early in the race and tripping over Ralf Schumacher, breaking the suspension. Johnny Herbert's rear suspension failing. And I'm pretty certain that Coulthard's engine ran out of oil finally, and you can only keep it cool for so long on its water or its oil, but if you lose one or the other, you're soon going to end up with a box of bits. James is with DC. David Coulthard, we believe.
David, 2 years in a row, you've had engine problems here at Monaco. You must be really disappointed today.
Yeah, I'm very disappointed because I was getting into a comfortable pace out there, and then I developed a problem with the gearbox, and it just wouldn't down change, and then eventually it jammed in gears. So clearly you can't race this circuit without gears.
So the blue smoke we saw coming out the back of the car wasn't the engine?
No, I was losing gearbox oil, so as soon as it ran out of oil, then it ran out of gears.
Bad luck.
Thanks.
Well, it's a good time in the race to hypothesise about what might happen in the championships. At the present moment, Michael Schumacher is 4 points in this race ahead of Mika Häkkinen. If he wins, he gets 10 points. If Mika Häkkinen finishes second, which is by no means certain, he would get 6. And Michael Schumacher is already leading Mika Häkkinen by 6 points, so he's looking in a very strong position as we ride with Jean Alesi. Martin, you want to talk about him?
Yes, first time we've been on board with Alesi this weekend. He's currently down in 8th place, lapping in the 1:23s, and hasn't yet stopped, so plenty of fuel capacity in that Sauber without any doubt. They're going reasonably well, but unfortunately Alesi and in 8th and Diniz in 9th, populating the tail end of the top 10, and they both yet to stop, and that leaves Fisichella 7th, chasing Trulli in 6th for the current championship points. But nonetheless, Alesi knows his way round here pretty well. They're heading up into Massenet now, and watch the barrier on the left. You've got all the grips on the inside, and it just jumps out through Casino Square, over the top. The back end will get light, and now down into a Mirabeau. Take a little bit curb on the inside, and it just hooks up, catapults you down the hill. And sometimes you just hook the rear wheel over that curve, it'll bring you around. But Alesi's car turning nicely across the pavement, get the car straight before you squirt the throttle. Fortier, where Senna crashed a few years ago, very easy to slap the barrier on the inside. You head into the tunnel, 160 miles an hour through the curve, and I can tell you, you suck air through your teeth every time you go through there. We're going to take a short break.
Welcome back. Well, Michael Schumacher just doing the business tonight, isn't he, for Ferrari? Let's bring you up to date after 49 laps. Michael Schumacher, the #1 spot. Häkkinen, Irvine, Barrichello, Frentzen, and Trulli now. He gets onto the leaderboard. Let's go back to Martin Brundle and Murray Walker.
In 3rd position. Rubens Barrichello Barrichello is having a terrific scrap now for 4th position with Heinz-Harald Frentzen. There's only 1 second between the Stewart and the Jordan, and in 6th place, the last point-scoring position, as the McLaren and the Ferrari go into the chicane and out of it, is occupied by Jarno Trulli in the Prost. Prost have got just 1 World Championship point this year. Trulli was the man who scored it. Olivier Panis is being cast deeper and deeper into the shadows, and we believe that Mika Häkkinen is coming in this time, in which case Eddie Irvine will go up into 2nd position. Häkkinen in, Irvine 2nd.
Now the big question now is how much fuel is in that Ferrari of Irvine's. I suspect he may have to come in again, unless they started it quite heavy and they decided to short stop. Häkkinen seemed to take a long time to get away there. It didn't seem to be in first go, just didn't seem to be able to get the car up and running. But has Irvine got to come in again? If not, we're looking at a Ferrari 1-2.
As Häkkinen emerges just in front, just behind Zanardi, and that is Diniz in the Sauber, running straight on at Sandoval. He'll probably spin-turn. Oh no, he won't spin-turn it. He nerfs it into the barrier, it looked to me, as though the shot finished just before. I'm not sure. Barrichello in the pits. Yes, 5th place man. He is now Barrichello into the pits. So Frentzen's taken over that 4th place temporarily. Frentzen also yet to stop. So several of the teams did make it to lap 50 before they had to pit. Yellow flag waving. That's for Diniz up the escape road. Well, if Eddie Irvine is in a reliable Ferrari and is not two-stopping, and we think he is, as Alesi jostles the Sauber through the chicane. If Eddie Irvine is not two-stopping, he's going to finish 2nd in this race, assuming Michael Schumacher wins it. Alesi's going very slowly. Alesi very slow here. It's his out lap, but I'm half expecting him to. We think he's whacked the barrier at Casino Square. We didn't see, I certainly didn't see it happen, but I think Alesi could well be about to retire from this race. I think he's coming in, yeah. Alesi turns into the pit lane. He was in 10th place. If he's out of the race, there's only going to be 11 left in it. Frantic activity at the stage, just been in, of course, and they're having to get tyres out of the blankets. Yeah, so that's both Saubers gone off on the same lap. We saw Diniz go up the escape road, or was it Alesi going up the escape road and hitting the wall? I'm pretty certain it was Diniz that went up there. So both Saubers out of the race. Well, he's not out of the race, he's carrying on. So I don't quite know what Alesi's problem was. All 4 wheels appear to be pointing roughly in the same direction, and he rejoins the racetrack. Maybe there's a puncture. Lap 52 as the Ferrari mechanics assemble in the pit lane. Does that mean to say that Eddie Irvine is coming in? He came in on lap 38. This is lap 52. There he is. And he's in 2nd position, and this should mean that Mika Häkkinen will get back into 2nd position if Eddie Irvine is coming in. Well, he's 23.2 seconds ahead. He's not coming in the pit lane this time. They're his tyres that are laying in the pit lane. 23.2 ahead of Mika Häkkinen, who's having a very slow lap. Alesi out. Häkkinen lost 4 seconds on the last lap. Alesi clearly came in the pits for something a bit more than a fresh set of boots, and retiring from the race. That's the Café de Paris on the right-hand side behind the marshal, so it happened at Casino Square, whatever it was. And is that a clip? No, Alesi touring it. But so now there are 11 left in the Monaco Grand Prix with 26 laps left. Michael Schumacher leading his teammate, Ferrari 1st and 2nd, as the Ferrari mechanics go back into the garage. There is Pedro Diniz, who was in 12th place. So both Saubers are out of this race. We've got both Ferraris left, 1st and 2nd. 1 McLaren left, 3rd. 1 Jordan left, Frentzen, who's now 4th. 1 Stewart left, which is Barrichello, 5th. 1 Prost left, which is Jarno Trulli, who is in 6th place. Both Benettons are still running, 7th and 8th, Fisichella and Wurz. 1 Williams left, 2 Williams left. Zanardi is 9th, Schumacher is 10th, and they're coming towards us is Michael Schumacher and the Ferrari mechanics out again. Yes, we're still thinking it's for Eddie Irvine. Michael Schumacher not going very quickly, Murray. Michael Schumacher not going quickly at all.
He's coasting. That is Schumacher, isn't it?
It is Schumacher.
He's coasting. Maybe there. That's what the